Hey, good morning, everyone. And I mean good morning. It's about 4 a.m. in Honolulu right now. So the market's been open for about a half hour, and we saw the NASDAQ start to roll over after that big gain in the morning. Again, is the inflation concerns, maybe some stunting of growth, maybe the whole infrastructure bill, right? Pushing money into Caterpillar and things like that. Is money starting to gyrate a little bit and move away from that big tech valuation? We'll see. As we go forward in the coming weeks. Now, like we always talk to you guys about with the labor reports, 1 week, 1 month does not make a trend. And the same thing with this inflation. Again, the big argument against these big moves in inflation, the year over year and things like that, is that it's transitionary, right? It's a commonplace when you're coming off a zero balance economy and things like that. And so we'll see if that plays true, because when you think about it, these are your last inflation reports and stuff, your personal income reports, that have stimulus and stuff built into it, right? So really, it's almost getting to the rubber hits the road moment. And you're starting to see Fed presidents talk like that, right? Just what, 3 or 4 months ago, it was 2024, we were going to have a rate hike. Then it was 2023. And now we actually had a couple Fed presidents come out and start talking about 2022. You notice how they're moving that up, but they're doing it gently. They're trying to placate a market at the same time. Nike had great earnings last night. You can see Nike's fully recovered from the the pandemic event, and they even had guidance that was just stellar guidance. Spice, Virgin Galactic had great news this morning. You saw even with that, right? It popped up to almost 50, and it just ranged right back. Not a whole lot of giddy up and go in today's market, despite the numbers. Let's kind of pop over and look at it. You can see there that NASDAQ's down about 10 points. Let's get a refresh on here to make sure we got some at least reasonably updated numbers. You can see that VIX is down a little bit. There's not a whole lot of fear in the market right now, but the Dow is what's moving. And that's your Caterpillars and stuff like that, or your brick and mortar, your dividend solid balance sheets, positioned to well take advantage of any infrastructure program. Now, on the subject of the infrastructure deal that President Biden yesterday said he has a deal. They don't have a deal. The squad came out this morning and put a damper on that. So we'll see how that shakes out, guys. We know how the talk is cheap when it comes from Washington. You know what I mean? But that Dow's reacting real nice. You can see it's up there about 34.2. S&P's up about 0.25%. And NASDAQ's having a little struggle today, but the Russell's doing well, which of course is small business America, right? That's your small businesses, your small corporations. And of course the VIX. And how about oil? Oil pushing to $74. There's your inflation. Oil is, look, guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. You hear me talk about oil all the time. And the reason is, with inflation, oil is your driver. Think about it. Oil touches almost every aspect of your life. It takes electricity to produce. It takes fossil fuels to create grain and stuff like that to feed the animals that feed the people. The price at the pump, right? The price to create those Nikes, right? It's all touched by oil right now. And I know as a country, we're moving towards sustainability and green energy, but today is not the day and this is not the week. I can tell you that. But nobody wants to really admit it. But if you look back through inflation history, the driver is always fossil fuels. We're just a fossil fuel dependent economy. Other than that, guys, let's keep an eye on things. It's Friday. Let's kind of step back. We didn't do a live room this morning with the membership. We told them go start your weekend, and we suggest you do the same too. just not much happening unless you're in some Dow stocks. We're still short Twitter. Twitter kind of rolled over a little bit this morning. It's encouraging, but other than that, we're in those oil plays, the MRO, the ET, and well, we're also in the travel and leisure business right now with PEJ, which is kind of flat this morning. But we'll stick with those plays for right now. Let's let this information digest through the market. Let's let the excitable traders do their thing, and then we'll see how things go into next week. Other than that, we're just stepping back from the market right now. Okay, guys? So look, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for watching the show all week. Much appreciated. Again, inflation, they can use that T word all they want, but it doesn't matter why. It just matters that it is. Remember that, okay? You can sit there, you get shot in the chest, right? You can sit there and it's not my fault, it's not this, it's because of this, it's because of that, but you're still bleeding to death, right? You need to stop the bleeding first. Same thing with this oil explosion on oil, and it looks like it's going to go to triple digits in summer, especially since we don't have Japan participating. China's not full on participating. The US is still in the process of a reopening. India is not participating much, and neither is Europe, right? We need to stop that bleeding. Anyways, guys, like I said, you can call it transitionary, you can call it transitory, you can call it all the things you want. You can blame it on racism if you're MSNBC. You can blame it on Republicans if you're CNN. You can blame it on Democrats if you're Fox News. But the fact is, it's real. And we're going to have to deal with it. So that's that. Let's see how things shake out the rest of the day, guys. Like I said, we're stepping back right now. We're still short Twitter. We still got those energy plays on the board. And we've got that travel and leisure entertainment ETF on the board, the Invesco PEJ. Now we'll just stick with that right now in our normal stocks. All right, guys. If you're looking for something to do, go check out the stock of the week, Surf. It's oncology stock that's got a little technology attached to it, but it's a nice little company, and it's a developmental company. It's one of those biotechs. You buy it now, you sell it at 100 something, maybe a year later or stuff. But you want to start building a position early, right? You don't want to be trying to buy when it's exploding and stuff. And that's kind of the trick there. We'll be back with a crypto show in a few minutes. For you crypto traders, Bitcoin's had an interesting week, right? Big fear earlier in the week, a little bit of resolve and relief for those crypto traders later in the week. And now it's kind of just gyrating. We'll talk about that more in the crypto show. All right, guys. Other than that, you guys have a great weekend. Okay, I'll see you guys on Monday.